And just like that, everybody, we're about to start our next run, which is House of Golf, run by Ulvind. Take it away, Ulvind.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ulvind, and welcome to House of Golf. I'm going to show. There we go. Welcome to House of Golf. For those who don't know what this game is, it's a mini golf game for the Nintendo Switch, where you play with tiny balls inside of a big house. That's the best way I can put it. What we are going to do is we're going to do all 5 championships. We have 5 championships in 5 different places in the house, which are the lounge, which is going to be the first one, then the bedroom, the attic, the garage, then the kitchen. We're going to do the easy difficulty, so which means 45 holes. It's going to be pretty fast paced. You're going to understand why in just a second. And I think we're pretty much ready, so tech, get ready to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! So, this is pretty much the game. It's pretty easy to control. The only thing that might be a little bit finicky is the camera. Also, you tend to have random bounces at certain points, especially in this hole, for example. And there we go, there was this random bounce, which actually helped us get a hole-in-one. So, definitely not bad. Here we have... And most of the time, you're just trying to find the right angle. Going to restart. Trying to find the right angle and the right speed to make sure you're right next to the hole as fast as you possibly can. So here we have a birdie, and we're going to continue with hole 4. Normally you can do it like directly. I have a setup to do it as consistently as I possibly can, because this game tends to be pretty inconsistent in terms of collisions. And especially when you collide with the ground, it tends sometimes to completely kill your speed, or not, which completely messes your setup. I also have some visual cues. For example, you see the journal here. I aim between the R and the D with a certain amount of speed on the journal, and as you can see, I'm right next to the hole. There's going to be a lot of visual cues, and a lot of cues in terms of the gauge that you can see on the right, which determines how fast you're actually heading. And already hole 6 here. So hole 7, I pretty much have a setup for most, if not all, the holes. For this one, for example, I aim with about this bit here. So I have the right angle and hopefully hit it in. Oh, that was slow. That was slow, but we got it in. Hole 8, this one is probably the most inconsistent. You have to normally go all around this. We just smash it right in front and hope it does not put us in the bad situation. It was meh, I'd say. Not exactly the best, but we held on. And hole 9 here, we're going to... Oh, okay, right next to the hole, because as you can see, there is a small fraction of the ground that is kind of the hole and is out of bounds if you fall into it. And we have finished lounge. Let's go into bedroom. Here we are continuing this trend of basically seeing on the gauge how many ticks you have to hit. For example, it's about 3.5 here. Here we're trying to hit into the television. There we go. Or the computer screen, I think. And it basically puts us right in front of the hole, where we just have to aim and shoot. Alright, hole 3. Yes, this one is pretty peculiar. You have to have... I didn't really have a great setup for a hole-in-one, so I just do it in 2. It's pretty much easier. Hole 4. Oh, this one. You're supposed to go all the way around, but if you hit a precise point near the television, you are right next to the hole. And it basically saves around 15 to 20 seconds, depending on how fast you can do this part. So here, we're going to go down this ramp. Don't like that. I don't like this. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Then, hole 6, you have to have a certain amount of speed here, else the ball is going to roll pretty much on the opposite side of the hole. And if you aim with the right amount of speed, you're going to be quickly into the hole for a hole-in-one. So this hole is pretty standard. We're going to stop right before it and just aim in it. There we go. So, hole 8. This one is pretty finicky, mostly because these train tracks... There we go. These train tracks are very bouncy. And the problem is, when you bounce against one of these, that your speed is basically out of the window. But we managed to get an eagle out of this, which is pretty fine. And hole 9, we have a setup for this. Just aim as hard as you can towards this spot, which is going to bring us right before the hole. And there we go. So, attic. This part is a little bit more... It's a little bit my Achilles heel, so to speak. So here we're going to try and aim directly towards the hole. Wasn't the case, but we're in a good spot, which is fine. Keep in mind, the game is not exactly consistent in terms of the collisions here, so you can collide with one of the planks on the floor, which basically kills the speed. Okay, we got it. Hole 3, I'm going to hope I'm not... I hit it. Yeah, because if you hit this part, you basically don't have enough speed to get up the ramp. Barely got the speed here. Hole 4 is pretty similar as well. But if you aim correctly, it's a direct hole-in-one. This hole is going to be pretty peculiar as well. We're going to hit this part. You're supposed to go in these funnels right here. But if you aim with the right amount of speed, you're right beside the hole. As you can see, we're supposed to go down these spirals. If you do this setup, it's basically much faster to sink it into the hole. So this part here. Oh, that's a pretty good shot. Goes right beside the hole and in a good position for an albatross. So this part here. This is one of the hardest holes, to be fair, so I'm gonna have to keep a little focused. There we go. Ah! Was a little too fast. That's fine. We got a birdie out of it, which is nice. Here, you try to aim with the right amount of speed, but I think it was a little bit... gone a little bit down due to hitting a bump on the floor. And hole 9, you have to go over this ramp right here. I'm going to try and... Oh. Please don't go too far back. Okay, that's fine. And then we're aiming directly towards this part. If you aim it correctly, you can go directly into the hole, but it's pretty precise. And we're done with the attic. Let's continue with the garage. Here we're going to set up a... There we go. Slightly. Nice hole-in-one, and on this part we're going to aim against this wall, bonk against it, and go right near the hole to just finish with the second shot. Hole 3, there's a setup I need to do as well, to make sure it goes over the ramp that is right here. We managed to do it first try, no issues. So this one, if you aim with just the right amount of speed, you get a hole-in-one. Because it's going to bounce in a certain way over certain spots, which will bring you to the hole-in-one. Oh, and there we go. It bounced exactly in the wrong way. Because there tends to be a random bounce sometimes to the ball. It can help you do some of the skips in this game, but in this context it's pretty much deadly. So here with the right amount of speed. Feel like it's too short. Oh! Yep, I... sadly was a little bit too far right for this one. Oh, that was not exactly good, so we're going to do another setup here, where we shove ourselves against the wall. And then aim for the third shot. Hole number 8, you're supposed to go on this table where there's pizza for some reason. And then aiming with the right amount of speed. That was too fast, sadly. And hole 9, as you can see, we were supposed to do a 180-degree turn. Oh, that was very bad. Yep, that's fine. We can save that. There we go. Going to be a bogey. It's probably going to be the only bogey of the run, if I play my cards correctly. Kitchen, which is the very last zone of the game. Here, if you aim with the right amount of speed, you just go into the hole. You just go straight and boom. Here you're supposed to be this. You're supposed to go this way. We're going to go the opposite way instead. Bonk against this toaster, it seems, which brings us directly towards the hole, which is actually faster than doing it the normal way. So here we're going to try and have the right amount of speed, and there we go. Pretty simple. For the fourth, you're supposed to go this pretty long spiral. Just going to bring us right near the hole, no issues. This one I'm going to do a safe setup. So you're supposed to go all the way down here. We're going to bonk against this orange here, then aim between the two strawberries on the cake with the right speed, and boom, we're on the other side near the hole. That's it. It's a pretty safe and consistent setup, and it saves so much time compared to doing it the normal way. So hole 6. Hole 6. We're going to have... Oh, wow. Completely kill the speed here. Oh. I feel like... There we go. There we go. Because the music... there is a button to stop the music, and I clicked it on accident. Alright, hole 7, we're going to aim towards this wall here with the right amount of speed. It normally should lodge itself against the wall, it didn't. So let's make sure it does. And then we just, with the right amount of speed, aim towards the hole, and bam. 2 holes left, as you might have noticed. So hole number 8, we're just going to aim it with hopefully the right amount of speed. Didn't work, sadly. But we can easily sink it with this shot. And last hole of the game, you're supposed to go all the way around. We're going to aim directly towards the hole, and that will be time. Whew.
That sure was something.
it was a pretty decent run as well. 12:45. It's about 1 minute fast, 1 minute slower than my PB, so...
That is still really impressive.
Yeah, it's a very fast-paced run, and there's a lot that can go wrong, so I'm glad the run was at least decent. So yeah, so thank you for receiving me for this event, and next up is going to be my good friend Juhorse, running Muscle March. So yeah. It's going to be a very fun run. I hope you're going to have fun with the next one as well, and for the rest of this marathon as well. again, thank you for seeing me, and yeah, see you next time.